Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy DMO Domuto. We're back with another video today. We're watching Smugstick. What if Goku was betrayed by his friends and trapped in the time chamber? Alright, today we're starting off with part 4. Part 4. We might watch part 4 and 5 because they're pretty long. These two parts are pretty long, so I might just watch 4, depending on how I feel afterwards. We'll see. Let's get into it.
As Goku travels through space, followed by Raditz, Raditz notices that he's drifted ways. He is no longer on course to Earth. Instead, he heads towards a different planet, planet Yardrat. Goku lands, followed not long after by Raditz. Raditz walks out of the ship and sees the Yardrats, taking Goku up to a man, and he is welcomed when Goku explains who he is. Though he didn't want him there. Pibara welcomes Goku. Pibara had telepathically called Goku over to him, saying that he felt his presence and wanted to speak to him. Thus, over the next few months, Goku and Raditz trained on planet Yardrat, as Pibara wanted to learn just exactly what happened to this man. Pibara tried to get him to understand that not everyone hates him, and that he doesn't have to distrust everyone. But Goku argued that he didn't even trust him. He was only there for the training. But some stuff did stick in his mind. It was similar to the things that Guru said to him. A figure approaches the lookout, Krillin. He's tired and confused. The old cat told him where he would find out more about Goku. He never knew a place like this existed. Popo appears from the shadows, trying to fight him off, but Dende stops the fight, telling Krillin that he had been waiting for him. Dende explains who he is, that he met Goku, and that he was sent there by Guru. Krillin asks what the hell happened to Goku. Dende has been trying to figure it out too, and Popo finally gives in. He didn't want to betray Kami's memory. Popo tells them that Goku was locked away by Kami, who was scared of him becoming another Piccolo. Krillin curses Kami. He couldn't believe it. They fought alongside that guy to try and stop Piccolo, but this told Krillin what he already knew. All of this wasn't Goku's fault. Krillin had been searching all over the world for answers, and now he finally had them. But he still wants to further understand Goku, and asks Popo for the chamber. Popo says that he was able to reset it and open it some time ago, and welcomes Krillin in. Krillin tries to stay there for 30 years in order to understand his best friend, but he doesn't make it past 1. Krillin tears up at the thought of his best friend being trapped in there for so long. Krillin comes out and tells Dende that the Earth's forces have been preparing for an attack by Goku for some time. Dende tells him that being cautious is good, but that they shouldn't attack Goku. They need to talk. He prepared the Dragon Balls in case something went wrong, but Krillin says that one of the Dragon Balls has been missing. This shocks Dende, and finally realizes that the last Dragon Ball must have been the rock that Goku was carrying with him. This did complicate things. He tells Krillin to tell Bulma and the others to hold off on their defenses. Krillin agrees. Bulma is happy to hear that the Goku they knew may still be in there somewhere, but dr.gero intervenes and tells her that they can't risk the whole world just on the word of some green kid. Krillin turns to Yamcha, Tien, and Chiaotzu, but they all agree with Gero, though Tien had been the only one to undergo the cybernetic treatment that dr.gero wanted them all to go through.
What?
He's the one that was most terrified of what Goku could do to Earth. One night, while Bulma is working on things, she pulls out her gun at the sound of someone sneaking up on her. She doesn't recognize the man, but he tells her not to worry. He's just there to tell her that his mother only ever had one regret, and that was not helping her best friend. He told Bulma to hold off on the attack against Goku, and to give him this bottle of medicine when he arrived. The future depended on her. They couldn't trust dr.gero. Bulma is confused and doesn't get any time for questions as the man disappears, but she keeps this in mind. Sometime later, Vegeta and Appa arrive on Earth. They are confronted by the Z-Fighters, who ask what the hell they're there for. Vegeta says, Kakarot, or who they call Goku. Bulma steps up, asking what they know about him. Vegeta says that not much.
Why that version of Bulma though?
If they let him be there, he will leave the planet.
These clip arts are fucking crazy. He just wants to
find out how he got so powerful. Bulma makes a counter deal. If he tells her anything they have on Goku, then they can stay at her place. And thus, some time passes. Bulma's Dragon Radar begins to beep. The Dragon Ball has entered the Earth's atmosphere. Krillin tries to stop them, but Gero marches forward. Tien, Chiaotzu, Yamcha, 19, Chi-Chi, and a reluctant Bulma felt it in her heart. Goku was back. Two pods crashed down on Earth. Goku arrives with Raditz after his time on Yardrat. Raditz says, "What a warm welcome." Goku sees as everyone lines up in front of him. All he wanted to do was talk to them. He already felt betrayed. Goku tries to tell them that he's not here to fight, but Gero interrupts Bulma from saying anything, as he says that they know he's here to basically destroy Earth again, and they're not going to allow that. And Goku already thinks there's no way of reasoning with them, and he gets on a battle stance. He still isn't the one to attack first. Raditz was insulted, and he was already firing a blast at him. To his surprise, however, Android 19 steps in the way and absorbs the blast. Everyone rushes forward. Only Krillin and Chi-Chi stay behind, but only for a few seconds. They see no alternative. They have to protect Earth. That's what they promised each other they would do. But even with all these fighters, they're not enough to stack up against Goku, though Raditz is having a harder time. Android 19 starts to absorb Goku's energy along with Tenshinhan, but Goku recognizes what's going on and powers up into a Super Saiyan, pushing the two of them back. Goku's about to rush in and attack Tien, but this time he hesitates. He looks to his left, to Android 19, and chooses him as a target instead, firing a ginormous Kamehameha. Android 19 absorbs it, but Goku teleports behind him, grabbing him by the back of the head and slamming him against the ground. At point-blank range, he fires one final attack, destroying the android. Everyone was terrified. Android 19 was very powerful. They didn't think Goku would be able to win against him. Raditz scuffed off himself, telling them to give up, but Goku glances over at him and stays quiet. As Gero curses, Bulma shakes. Goku really is a monster, but they all start to sense a powerful key presence overhead. Looking back to see a giant ship arrive on Earth, Tien can't believe it, but he thinks that Goku brought along more friends to take over Earth. He knew it. He knew Goku couldn't be trusted again. They did the right thing by trusting Dr.Gero. Chi-Chi pleads with Goku, asking him if this is true, but Goku shakes his head, saying no, this guy is truly evil. Not like him. Chi-Chi wonders what he means, and Goku takes a second to do a double take. He recognized that woman. It had been over 40 years, but she looked very familiar. It wasn't time for that though, and he looked back at the ship. Mecha Frieza and King Cold stepped out of the spaceship.
Hey, nothing beat the
Goku
power of
tells
horniness.
Raditz to stay out of this one, as Frieza declares himself as victor already. His cybernetic enhancements have made him strong enough to defeat Goku, but he smirks, saying that these guys, pointing back at his friends, are already on their way to surpassing Frieza. Frieza is about to launch a death ball towards the planet, attempting to destroy it, but Goku smirks. He didn't need to transform beyond Super Saiyan to take care of this, simply slamming his head against the death ball. This was enough to push it back against Frieza and King Cold. The death ball, along with King Cold and Mecha Frieza, were sent up and exploded. That only took a few seconds. None of them could believe it. Frieza had an incredible power level, and Goku took care of him so easily. Yamcha started to shake. They should have trusted Gero more. They should have allowed themselves to become androids. They should have allowed him to experiment on those people he found. But Bulma had been against it. Bulma and Krillin believed in Goku. Now it's all over. But Krillin saw it a different way. Krillin cheered and rushed over to Goku, hugging him, telling him thank you for saving them. Goku had just defended Earth for the first time in a long time. This changes everyone's attitude, even Yamcha and Tien. They all hug him, but Goku pushes them off. He says that he still doesn't trust them, that they betrayed him too, but that he's here to tie some loose ends. Bulma argued that they were just defending themselves. They didn't know what to do. She apologizes, handing him something, the heart medicine. Goku looks at it, wondering what it's for, and putting it away. That'll be for later. He starts to talk to Krillin, walking away, but Gero yells at them. He tells them that they can't do that they need to kill him. All the Z-Fighters stand tall in defense of Goku, but Gero knows that this is his last opportunity to kill him.
Oh, about to see
revenge
Shell.
for the Red Ribbon Army, to get revenge for the world. Without further ado, Dr. Gero throws a capsule, revealing 3 pods, containing androids 17, 18, and 16. Bulma had told Gero that they weren't going to use those teenagers he found. that it wasn't moral to experiment on them, that they had to be set free. But obviously, Dr.Gero did not listen.
Hell
He tells
no.
Bulma to shut up. These androids
Damn.
are stronger than the ones we know, because Dr. Gero had information on stronger Z fighters and a stronger Goku, even Nappa and Vegeta. Gero tells 18 to follow her programming and attack Bulma and the rest. However, as Android 18 zoomed towards Bulma, a bright figure arrives, protecting her, blocking the attack. Vegeta had arrived as a Super Saiyan. He tells Goku that they will fight again soon, but for now, they'll get rid of these hunk of junk. He always disliked that Dr. Gero. Part of Goku was really excited to see Vegeta turn into a Super Saiyan. As he predicted, he would be his strongest foe yet. He still hasn't reached him, but he has faith in him. Android 18 versus Vegeta happen, while 16 and 17 fight against Goku. Though it's clear that Android 17 isn't really getting into the fight. Android 16, on the other hand, is really following his programming to the T. He fights hard against Goku, but the Saiyan soon gets tired of it, pushing both of the androids out of the way as a Super Saiyan 2. He tells them that he's tired of this, that he came here to talk, and that though they are some of the strongest guys he's fought yet, he didn't come here for a fight. This shocks everyone. Goku wasn't one to deny a good fight before, but he was obviously getting annoyed. He turns to Krillin to tell him that he knows where to find him. Placing 2 hands on his forehead, Goku teleports away. Dr. Gero keeps yelling at the androids to go after him, but the androids have no idea where he went. Vegeta says that their fight's against him now, but the androids scoff and walk away. As Gero keeps yelling at them, Android 18 fires a blast at him, killing him. All of the Z fighters are in shock. A lot just happened in a very quick span of time. Bulma wonders why that mysterious kid that was from the future, if that was true, didn't warn her about the androids. Raditz walks up to Vegeta to ask him what's going on, where Nappa is, but Vegeta turns to him, telling him that he needs to train more. Vegeta tries to follow the androids, but he is stopped dead in his tracks. He couldn't believe it. There was a power level that seemed similar to Goku's, but it wasn't him. The androids do their usual stick of finding a car and traveling around in search of Goku. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Raditz decide to stick with the Z fighters, traveling towards the lookout as Krillin directed them. They obviously needed to take care of the androids, but they weren't powerful enough to take them on yet. Maybe this time they had to rely on Goku. Plus, they need to rest. They're very hurt from the battles. Vegeta thought he'd be stronger than he is. He needs to keep going. Meanwhile, at the lookout, Goku teleports right in front of Nappa, watering plants. Nappa is surprised to see him there, trying to hide the fact that he was gardening, but Goku ignores him. Walking up to Dende. Dende had previously confronted Vegeta and Nappa when they arrived on Earth, making sure they weren't up to no good. Vegeta tried to get anything he could out of Dende. He didn't think he'd ever cross paths with that kid again, but he was less interested in finding out how Goku had but he slowly got less interested in how Goku got stronger, as Bulma had built him a gravity chamber, and he trained on the daily there.
Okay.
Dende never trusted them with the information about the hyperbolic time chamber. They never found out about it. He asks what he's doing there. Dende explains that Guru teleported him there a little bit before he passed away. He believed in Goku and thought that he may need some help. Thus, Dende's the new guardian. Goku doesn't like this. That word, guardian, it didn't mean anything to him. The last guy that promised to guard anything placed him in a time chamber for 30 years. He tried to keep his distance from Dende, and Dende noticed this. He seemed upset, but he says that a friend is here to meet him. Out of the lookout door, Trunks steps out, having just used the hyperbolic time chamber. Goku doesn't know who this kid is, but Trunks soon explains. In his future, Bulma and Gero attacks Goku, and Goku felt betrayed, similarly to in this timeline. However, in that timeline, neither Bulma nor Krillin believed in him. The betrayed Goku simply destroyed the androids, defeated the Z fighters, and once again resumed his life of training. One day, he started to feel weak and pained. He thought he was lacking in training, and he started to just do it harder and harder, nearly destroying all of Earth, except for Mount Pautsu for some reason. But as Bulma would soon find out, it wasn't that he was getting weaker. His body was invaded by a heart virus, and Goku knew that his days were counted. He trained his hardest before death, and Earth paid the cost. Peace had returned, but Bulma never shook the feeling that she could have done more. She regretted not saving her friend. If she just had done a little bit more, being a little bit more compassionate, perhaps Goku and Earth would have been saved. She made a time machine and sent Trunks there. So, Trunks introduced himself as the son of Vegeta. Goku smirked. He wanted to fight this kid. He was clearly powerful, and Trunks is up to the challenge. He does want to test just how powerful this guy was, but as soon as the battle's about to begin, Goku senses something incredible. Was that Kami he just felt? Or was it Piccolo? Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Vegeta, Nappa, they're in one place together. He looks back at Nappa. Why was he feeling his power level somewhere else too? Not only that, but that was the strongest.
This story pretty interesting. I'm sorry I'm not talking.
He's sure that he could give the androids a run for his money. Without saying anything to Trunks, he rushes over.
I'm into it. I'm just watching like,
Nappa
damn.
Follow them as well. There, he finds a powerful being named Cell. He had been draining humans around the world after arriving from the future. A future that, similarly to Trunks's, was decimated by Goku. The androids in this universe were released 3 years earlier than in the original story, which is why they appeared only a little bit after Mecha Frieza did. Because the androids and pretty much everything else around the world was destroyed by Goku in the future, Cell had no choice but to go back to this point in the timeline to try and find them. The two of them have a battle, and Goku is impressed. He might be the strongest being he's fought. Additionally, he has all the techniques of his friends. This was an exciting challenge, but something that he said sticks in Goku's mind. If he found those androids, he could get stronger. He quickly drinks the medicine, just as a way of mocking Cell, telling him that he won't die before their battle's finished. He tells Cell that he'll help him find the androids. Trunks, who had followed Goku, yells at him, telling him to stop, that this is not what Bulma would have wanted. But Goku is ignoring Trunks. In his future, Bulma tried to kill him, and when he thinks about it, the Bulma in this present did too. He still wants to talk, but that can wait. He wants to battle this Cell first. As Cell and Goku fly away in search of the androids, they pass by the Z Fighters. Trunks explains in the way what's going on.
Oh,
Bulma
shit.
curses.
Come on, Goku.
She knew she should have done a little bit more work to try and make sure that Gero got rid of all those projects she denied. Vegeta, Raditz, and Trunks all try to stop Goku and Cell, with Vegeta saying, "Kakarot, stop this madness! What kind of idiot would allow their opponent to reach their perfect form?"
Alright, you know Vegeta letting that happen. Come on now. You know Vegeta letting that happen. Come on now.
If even Vegeta himself is fighting against this, then he has to make his brother see reason. He wanted to learn more about him. He wanted to get close to him, but there was clearly something wrong with him. He wanted to help him through it. But Goku's Super Saiyan 2 is far too much for everyone, and both Cell and Goku reach the androids. 16 wants to protect them both and fights against Goku. Krillin, Bulma, and Chi-Chi try to deny it and actually cheer for Goku as he continues to fight 16. But soon enough, Goku slices through 16's neck and steps to the side, allowing Cell to absorb the androids. Though they try to fight back, Goku doesn't let them. Tien's hand is bleeding at how hard he's balling up his fist. He knew it. They couldn't have trusted him. But Bulma says that she recognizes Gero's design as Cell's. If anyone is dooming them, it's him. Krillin and the rest try to talk Goku out of it, but Goku says that he has this handled. Everyone's confused at this. He once again says they don't have to worry, he just wants a good match. Everyone is terrified. They don't know if to cheer for Goku, because the Cell guy would obviously kill them all in an instant, or to discourage him. As Goku gets ready for the real battle to start, Cell says,
why you picking that shit? What the that is design?
Goku wonders what the hell he's talking about. He assumed that it would just be the two androids. He apologized to Cell for killing 16. Was that the one he needed? Cell shook his head and pointed his finger at Tien. Tien's eyes widened, and so did Goku's. In this timeline, Tien, much like 18 and 17, was enhanced cybernetically and changed into a cyborg. As Gero developed Cell in secret, he made sure to make 17, 18, and Tien part of Cell's programming into perfect form. Cell rushed to attack Tien, but Goku stepped in the way. No way he was going to let him absorb his friend. That's when the Z Fighters realized that at least part of Goku in there still cared about them. The battle between Cell and Goku began, and it was explosive. He started to struggle, but just as he was going to transform into a Super Saiyan 3, Cell took the opportunity to use a solar flare, rush over to Tien, and absorb him. His friends cried out and tried to attack Cell, but it was worthless. Goku damned Cell exploding his ki and finally turning into a Super Saiyan 3. Cell says that this is a beautiful battle. Two beings lost, all alone, for a long time, with nothing on their mind.
Why would Tien be a
but
fucking
getting
android?
stronger.
Tien
While
wouldn't do
Goku
that
was
shit.
left alone because of Kami's doing. Cell was left alone because of Goku's. In a way, they were connected. Goku told him to stop talking and to show him what he's made of. Cell sparkled, electricity flowing around him. To the spectators, it seemed like Cell was an even match to Goku. The match was kicked off with a blast that exploded in the middle, only to continue with punches and kicks that shook Earth. Islands all over the world were being destroyed as Goku and Cell approached them. Krillin, one of the only ones to continue cheering on Goku as he knew his best friend could defeat Cell, yelled at Goku, telling him that he's protecting them a little too hard. Earth is suffering because of it again, but it seems like Goku was ignoring it. The battle was taken near Mount Paozu, where the Z fighters waited and watched. Hurt, Bulma was the only one to realize that this place was once Goku's home. A stray blast heads towards Mount Paozu, and Goku, for the first time, defends a part of Earth, jumping in the way and tanking the blast. Cell recognizes this, thinking that he's defending his friends. So, at the end of the rope, part of him still cares. Cell continues to attack that way,
Oh, shit.
doing whatever he can to stay near Mount Paozu, but Goku defends it. He won't stand for it, but he's seriously running out of energy. This is the first time Goku has had an equal match, and he doesn't know if he can win. All of the area around Mount Paozu is destroyed, only the house up top remaining, along with his friends.
Oh, shit.
Goku's panting. All of the Z fighters, even the ones who were afraid of Goku, start to tear up. They don't like seeing their friend like this. Cell charges a Kamehameha. Say goodbye, Son Goku, to your friends and this planet. But with the last bit of his strength, Goku retaliates with his own Kamehameha. The beams clash, and it appears like Cell's blast is going to overtake Goku's for a second. But Goku hears Grandpa Gohan's voice. He tells him to protect their home, to protect Earth, and to protect his friends. A vision of Grandpa Gohan appears behind Goku, telling him to give it all he's got, no holding back.
Okay.
Grandpa Gohan supports Goku with his own Kamehameha, and Goku's little imaginary Gohan friend fires his own, thanking him for everything. Bulma tilts her head, asking Goku who the hell he's talking to. Everyone thinks that Goku's lost his mind again. Perhaps these visions aren't real either. Even Goku himself recognizes this at this point, but Goku triumphantly states, "I won't let you destroy my home. I
Oh,
won't
shit.
let you destroy Grandpa Gohan's memory, and I won't let you kill my friends." Krillin is moved. He realized that in the end, Goku did care about his friends.
He
There
did.
was a reason why he didn't kill them back when he first escaped the hyperbolic time chamber. Yes, he did endanger Earth. He made a mistake, but at the end of the day, he was hurt. He needed their help, and they failed him. He rushed behind Cell to attack him. It wasn't enough, and Krillin encourages everyone to help. Vegeta, Nappa, Trunks, and the rest help out as Goku's blast is now taking over Cell's. Grandpa Gohan yells at Goku to push himself to the limits. Goku thanks the pair as Cell yells at Goku to stop talking to himself.
Even in the end, you're still an insane lunatic.
But his eyes widen as Goku breaks his limit, unleashing a full power Super Saiyan 3. And for a second, it seems like his aura sparkled red as his Kamehameha consumes Cell's blast and overwhelms the android. Cell is finally defeated. Goku pants, falling to the ground, his hair returning to base. With his last bit of his strength, he walks over to Grandpa Gohan's home, reaching to his pocket and at the end, placing the Dragon Ball back where it belonged. Chi-Chi rushed over to Goku, holding his hand as Goku finally recognized her and passing away. Everyone stays quiet.
Whoa,
Bulma sighs
died.
as she looks back at Trunks. In one way, she failed. She couldn't save her best friend. But in another, the Dragon Balls were restored. Goku fought for them in the end. Maybe, in a way, they had accomplished what they wanted. Raditz grieved over his brother and decided to go out into space in search of answers and power, while Vegeta and Nappa stayed on Earth, at least for now. Nappa was still loyal to Vegeta, though part of him questioned why he wanted to stay on Earth. Trunks stays for a little bit longer, finally explaining to everyone who he is. as Bulma reveals that she is pregnant. Vegeta couldn't believe that he was going to be a father, but seeing future Trunks be the way he was happy about it. He was at least proud of what he would become, and made future Trunks promise to visit in the future in order to have a battle. The Dragon Balls were used to restore the damage caused by the battle between Goku and Cell, along with reviving everyone killed during the battles. The android twins were revived along with the innocent civilians. Tien was welcomed by everyone, and was surprised to find out just what Goku had done for them, though he still didn't trust them. At the end of the day, part of him felt that it was his fault that got him killed, but not Goku. The Z fighters wonder why he doesn't want to come back, but Krillin sighs, saying that maybe he just wants to rest. But the reason why he doesn't return is actually different. In other world, Goku is at the check-in station, where King Yama wonders what to do with him. He has the most mixed record of anyone he's ever encountered. A figure appears behind Goku, telling King Yama that he could be rehabilitated. Goku slowly turns around to see Grandpa Gohan. He runs over to him, hugging him and crying. Old Gohan says, "Oh, Goku, you've been through so much, haven't you? But it's good to see you again. But you're not out of the woods yet. There's some stuff we have to do." If he's on good behavior for several hundred years, maybe he could be considered worthy of heaven and absolved of his sins. Gohan thanks Yama as he takes Goku to hell. Goku asks if he's going to stay in hell, but Gohan shakes his head. "No, my boy, we're here for you to face your demons." But his answer is soon given as Grandpa Gohan takes him to a man sitting on a bench. The man looks up at him with eyes widened. It was Piccolo. Clearly, Goku has a lot to do here, thinking his adventures on Earth are
Not
done
Piccolo.
for now. However, an evil is brewing that will make his friends debate whether or not Goku's unpredictable power will be needed again.
It definitely will. Alright, so yeah, I decided just to watch part 4. That was a 20-something minute video. Okay, so maybe, when I'm off, I just came off work, so I'm a little tired, so I can't watch. So next time, I'll probably watch part 5 and 6 next time, but right now I'm kind of a little tired, I feel you. But anyway, it's a good story, though. It's a really good story, man. Smugstick, you doing your thing, bro. You doing your thing with this one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm highly interested in this. So, shout out to Smugstick, and if you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.